We are down to our first segment. And I believe we grabbed some of your Instagram photos, and we do apologize if we were not able to ask permission to grab those photos to use this virtual live show. Ella, and just give us some thoughts or what's the experience, what's the inspiration of this photo that we're going to flash on screen. And let's start our IG photo segment. Ella, our first photo is so cute.
It's gorgeous. That is my parents' little dog, Olive. She is the most adventurous little terrier cross. We're not quite sure what's in her, but she's a gorgeous. She is a rescue dog, and all the animals I have ever owned, down to my chickens that I used to have been rescues. I am a very strong believer of adopt, don't shop. I think that every animal deserves a home, and Olive has been the light of our family's lives. She is an absolute terror, but in a good way. And this particular photo was taken when we went exploring through some fields near my house, and she just lit up with life, and you suddenly realize that I gave this animal this opportunity. I have allowed myself to open my heart to an animal that may have been overlooked, and in return she has filled our lives with joy.
Hi Olive, she's so cute. And where did you took the photo, Ella?
That was in a little field, literally just behind my house, and it was beginning to grow. And there's this little track you can walk through, so you don't step on any of the sort of crops. It's a track so that walkers can go through. And she just stopped and looked at me, and it was just that perfect moment, that perfect shot.
I'm so amazed, Ella, that in United Kingdom there are also green fields.
We're very green. We're very good with the green.
I thought those big and towering buildings is the best description for United Kingdom as one of the fastest growing countries nowadays.
It's just one side of it. It's beautiful and very urban, but there are some areas we have some incredible nature reserves and some of the biggest and most beautiful World Heritage sites.
You know what, Ella? I'll be looking forward to visit UK after this pandemic, and I believe that I will be following you on your social media account, and let's have some time to chit chat in your Instagram account. Okay, thank you. And we're down to our second photo. Please tell us something about this photo, Ella. There you go.
That's a memory. That was the first time I ever sat on a little pony. This was at a place called Dean City Farm in London, and it's an inner city farm that focuses specifically on trying to engage young people that live in inner cities to get involved with nature and to see and experience that. So I grew up in London before moving to Kent, so I did grow up in quite an urban environment, and I remember sitting on this pony and I couldn't stop smiling the whole way home, and that was where my obsession with horses started. And I ended up volunteering my time at stables in return for lessons so that I could get lessons, which I wouldn't have been able to afford, and I did everything I could. And actually, a few years ago, I ended up rescuing an ex-racehorse, and I rehabilitated her and was able to ride her and gave her the last few years of her life in a very green field, being very happy and fat and peaceful.
That's so cute and beautiful of you in your childhood years, riding in a horse. And I will give the floor for you to share the third photo that we grab on your Instagram account.
That is when I was part of my university cheerleading team. So that was when I was part of the University of Kent Skylarks, and we competed at nationals, and I believe we placed 7th. Cheerleading is such an incredible experience. For those of you that don't know too much about cheerleading, there's a lot of types, and I did what we call all-star. So that is the one where you see people being chucked in the air and being caught and all the tumbles and tricks. I must admit I didn't do the tumbles and tricks. I can cartwheel, and that's where my abilities end. But I was the powerhouse that kind of threw people up in the air and caught them, made sure they didn't injure themselves. And working in a cheer team is incredibly similar to being in a pageant, because you have that sisterhood. You have these girls around you that you know will do anything for you, and they will look after you, they will support you, they will hold you up if you're about to fall out the sky. And it's such an incredible sport, a lot more dangerous than people think as well, but it's a time of my life that I would live over and over again if I could.
Thank you, Ella. And I believe this is not a coincidence, because during my college years, I also joined a cheerleading competition way back when I was in college.
Oh,
And
amazing!
yes, and I could relate to you, because every day there are intensive trainings, and they see that cheerleading is just an easy sport. And behind that skill, behind that beautiful transitions in the competition, is hard work, perseverance, and determination. And I believe you will agree with that, Ella.
Oh, 100%. You can't do anything that you do and that you see without the entire team working together and working hard with a real determination.
Thank you so much. And can you please try to tell an advice for those cheerleader fans at home?
I would say go find your local team. Most places have cheerleading everywhere. I literally started bottom of it, didn't know how to do anything, could cartwheel and could do a roly-poly, and that was it. And I ended up being able to lift girls above my head, throw them up, and impressed with, to be honest. And I would say, if you have a passion, if you have a dream, whether it's cheerleading, competing in a pageant, becoming a doctor, whatever your passion is, follow it, because we have one life and you have to make the most of it.
And do you do Arabesque or Scorpio out there on your partner stance, maybe?
The girls above me did. I tried flying once, and I can do what they called a Dorito, which is a very small one because I was just not flexible enough. But the girls above me would have their legs literally over their heads, and I don't know how they did it, and I'm so impressed with them. They were incredible cheerleaders. I was very lucky.
I'm very impressive with your talents and skills, Ella. You sing, you dance, plus a beauty queen. Amazing. Amazing, Ella. And I believe our fourth photo is now ready. Oh, can you please tell us something about what had happened on this photo?
I'm not dead, I promise you guys. I'm actually dancing zouk, which is a improvised form of partner dance. So this is basically where you partner up with anyone who wants to dance with you. I'm a follow, so I follow the moves the leads make up as they go, and I make them look as graceful as I can. And in that photo, I was at my very first dance congress. I went to Luke Fest UK, which was in London, and you basically dance through the night. You have music 24/7, and you come and go as you please. There are lessons from teachers all over the globe, and it's just the most incredible experience. It's a way to feel free and energized and just dance, and no one cares if you're quite right or if you're slightly off, as long as you're enjoying and you're allowing your energy, your positive energy to flow through you and into your partner, and you're both enjoying it. That's all that matters with Zeke.
Ella, I'm already a fan. I'm one of your fanatic UK queen from the United Kingdom, Ella. And I would also create a fan page of yours, and looking forward to other Filipino fans to support you for this upcoming competition.
Honestly, it's already, even though I've literally been crowned a week, the amount of support and love from everyone across the globe has been incredible, and I'm trying my best. So if there are people watching this that I haven't answered something or I haven't got back to you, I'm sorry. Crazy times right now, and I'm trying my best, but I do notice your support, and I love you all for it, and I wouldn't be as confident and where I am without your support. So thank you guys.
You have this very supportive family and family out in the United Kingdom, Ella. And we have here our fifth photo. Please tell us something about this photo.
So this was when I went to London the last time I went to London, I think. It was when I went to see Tower Bridge, which is one of the lovely tourism sites in London. You can walk across the Thames and you see that really traditional urban setup, those big buildings in odd shapes that you think of when you think of Britain, all along the Thames, and you have these beautiful, beautiful old bridges, and they line up against the Tower of London, where the King and Queen used to live once a very long time ago, and it's now a tourist destination. And it just reminds you of British heritage. It reminds you where we came from and how we have built up to become this incredibly amazing, diverse, multicultural country. And it makes you sit there and really take stock of everything and be proud that you are where you are and you've come so far.
And that's what I'm talking about, Ella, earlier. I thought United Kingdom is only for big buildings and amazing buildings. You also have this what we call countryside or your green fields in United Kingdom. And thank you for sharing that on this live stream, Ella.
Thank you for letting me.
Thank you. And I believe we still have one or two photo that we grabbed from your Instagram. There you go. Is that your pageant journey?
That was, yes. That was when I competed in Miss Great Britain back in February. And that was my first ever national pageant. In fact, my pageant journey has been quite a whirlwind. I competed for the very first time in a pageant last August, and that was for the regional heat to this competition. I competed for Miss Kent, Great Britain, and I ended up winning the wildcard Miss Publicity. So I had the most public appearances of quality, and that won me a place in that pageant there. And it was insane. I had never really experienced anything like it. And it gave me this group of sisters and this determination to do more, to be surrounded by these women that are all so intelligent and well-rounded. And from there, I had to keep going. And someone suggested to me, because my advocacy, and I have this platform, Conservation Queen, Extinction Recognition, whilst I was at Miss Great Britain, someone said, you should look at Miss Earth, see what you think. And I took one look and fell in love, and I had to go for it. I had to give it a try, and now I'm here somehow. Short but sweet journey, I guess.
I believe it's a short and sweet journey. However, it's indeed a long journey when you try to compete in a beauty contest like this. And I know it really needs passion, determination, and also your time that you are going to share for this competition. And I love the color of your gown, Ella. Do you still have that gown?
I don't know. I work as best I can to be as sustainable as I can. So I was really lucky for that competition to get a dress sponsor who would allow me to rent a dress. And I did the same actually for Miss Earth England, United Kingdom. So both that and the pink dress that you guys saw in Miss Earth England were for both rented. So it reduces fast fashion and helps just be a little bit more sustainable whilst we're still enjoying ourselves and looking like queens.
I love your gown, Ella. As early as now, can you please try to share, or are you allowed to share your evening gown for Miss Earth?
I don't have it yet. That is the one thing where I had allowed myself to treat myself, really. I have a gown that is being made for me, really well done and really sort of eco, and I'm so excited for it, but it's not actually here yet, so I can't show you that one. I can tell you it is a national colour of mine, so one of my national colours will be on my dress, and I can let you into a little sneak that my preliminary gown will have some gems on it. And that is all I'm going to share for now. You guys are going to have to keep a close eye to see what it looks like. But I'm
That's
excited.
Fine. That's fine, Ella. And we're too excited for those gems that you are going to put on your evening gown. And we still have 2 photos.
Okay.
And can you please tell us something about this photo? Oh,
that one
is
came
that
up.
your sleepwear?
Sometimes I have a dragon onesie. I'm not ashamed of it. I love comfort and I love fun. I'm a very extravagant person and I enjoy living my life. And I saw this onesie and I had to have it. And I spent basically the entire Christmas dressed as a dragon. There's no real explanation as to why. It was just incredibly comfortable. But it was a great Christmas.
And you've mentioned you're very comfortable with dragons. I believe, let me just ask you, have you watched the movie How to Train Your Dragon? How to Train Your Dragon? Are you familiar with
Yes.
that? I believe so.
Love that movie.
Me too. I love that movie, How to Train Your Dragon. And if given the chance to have a dragon pet, what will be the name of your dragon pet?
I think if it was a girl dragon, I would call it Saphira after the Aragon series. If it
Mhm.
was a boy dragon, I'd call it Smaug after the Hobbit series because I absolutely love all those sorts of books. I could read them for days.
Beautiful name, Ella. And lastly, we have your last photo that we grabbed on your Instagram account. And please share us what had happened on this photo. There you
Ah,
go.
yes. That was the day the Miss Earth crown filter came up on Instagram. I think it's still up there. And we got told we had a group chat for Miss Earth UK, and one of the girls was like, oh my goodness, this is there. Has anyone used it? And I immediately had to go and try it on because I was like, I might never get a chance to try that crown on, and I had to find a way to try it. And I remember I tried it on, and I was there, sat with my little filter, having a great time. And I suddenly realised I was like, this is what I really want. This is something I'm determined, and I'm ready to give everything I have for it and give it my best shot and work as hard as I can.
With that photo, Ella, I believe you're crown ready for Miss Earth 2020. Beautiful. Beautiful picture.
Thank
And
you.
that concludes our Instagram post segment for tonight.